I don't know you blow my mind. I know what I would like to do, but you just keep on talking. I see your dog needs walking. What's going on? What's going on? We're back.
Yes.
Shout out to
Cannot say what's wrong or right.
the C.
No.
It's
not hard to fool me.
No. One love.
'Cause I'm addicted to the good.
Feminine, beautiful, inspirational. Ladies. How are you doing?
No need to say.
Let's get it.
Where we are heading now, babe. I follow.
In the chat room. How are we doing? Hey, City, Ender. Let's get it. Come on.
Cause I'll buy no matter what.
Big Shirley.
Yeah. Susceptible.
Where she at, girl?
Before the moment flies. Ooh.
Big Shirley.
So tell you goodnight. Cause I'll buy no matter what. Ooh.
I hate him. It's such an asshole.
Before the moment flies.
You know what I tell you?
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
It's not
right.
a problem.
Clap.
Cause I know what I'm getting into.
Yes.
Let's lower the audio volume.
Nothing can stop me. Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize.
Big Shirley, come on home early.
The way I follow. No need to say.
How we doing?
Where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell you goodnight. Cause I'll buy no matter what. Yeah. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. Before it flies. So tell you goodnight. Cause I'll buy no matter what. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies.
Bobbity bop. We are back. How are we doing? Shout out to the CIA, the confident, intelligent, and assertive folks the men out there. One love to the feminine, beautiful, inspirational ladies. How we doing, everybody? Let's get it. Welcome. Wow. What's new in the world today? What's new in the world today? Whoa. What the French toast really happened? I went to bed and I woke up and it was like, oh, damn. Yeah. But where are my manners? Welcome back. My name is Kevin Samuels. For those who don't know, I'm a professional image consultant. My job is to make sure you look good, smell great, under the best version of yourself each and every day. But why, kid? You're here because we talk a lot of stuff about relationships, mating, dating, and things that apparently I'm not qualified to talk about. Well, you know, everybody who's supposedly so qualified got no real results. And even they got so little results, they're trying to question my results. Let me get this right. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever, and you got 0 plus 0 carried to 2 minus divided by it's 0. If you've got nothing, you can't say a schnit thing about me. So
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
That's right. If you've got nothing, you can't say a damn thing about what my results are or who's not my results. See, what I realize is there are a lot of folks who are a little ticked off about what's going on over here, but my manners, I'm sorry. Candle of the evening, Lalabo, Incense 9, new from them, incredible. And fragrance of the day, Roja Dove, United Arab Emirates. Yeah, I'm on my Middle Eastern royalty kick
because this stuff is incredible. Every time I wear this, I get compliments. I get compliments. So here's what we're going to do today. We're going to have some fun tonight. It's going to be a good night. We're not going to take ourselves, I try to take myself seriously. I'm serious about the program that we do. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to ever let it overshadow the overall message. And what's the overall message? That men and women, believe it or not, still want each other. They still want each other. But one of the things that I am really surprised about, surprised about is how much the numbers are skewed. I was talking to a friend of mine earlier, and I'm just like, I don't think that most women realize how far off they really are from the men they say they want. I don't think a lot of women realize how far off from the men that they say they want. Why is that important? Well, it's kind of like if you think you're good, I'm tripping over here. If you think you're good, you think everything's all right, why do you need to improve? Well, if the problem's really just a small thing. Oh, yeah, I got to put that one in. I'm changing up some things here just a second. They're going to be mad at that one. Wow, where's strong independent? I like to hear. Let's put that one there. So, is everybody ready? I'm sorry. I'm looking at some things that I should have had done already. But, they're going to be mad at that one too. Oh, let's see. Y'all want to see what I was doing? Let's see. The things that are about to be broadcast do not necessarily represent the views of the channel or the management. Viewer discretion is advised. Oh my God. Don't get mad at me. It ain't my fault. But let's do this right here.
You idiot woman! Idiot woman!
You know what? I am a strong, independent woman.
Oh, wow. What just happened there? That didn't play. Oh.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Woman, get back in here and make me a sandwich.
Oh, God. I'm going to go to hell.
Myself clear.
I'm going to go to hell for that one. I'm going to go to hell for that one. But you know what? I'll take it.
Flash.
Hear my womanly roar! Yeah! I'm here.
Oh, God. That's horrible. That is absolutely horrible. You know what's going to be even worse is this one.
I told you. What did I tell you? Didn't I tell you? 'Cause I told you. And when did I tell you? A long time ago. And what did I say will happen when I told you? Exactly what just happened.
That's right, baby. It's Friday night. Bring it.
It's time to do.
It's time to duel. It's time to duel. What is this one?
I like to hear a woman make a lot of sound.
Oh, yeah, I gotta have that one too. I like to hear a woman make a lot of sounds. What do I want to replace that for? Oh, I gotta figure something else out over here. Yeah, we'll put it in over here. Where's my nasty woman? You guys get to build the airplane while we fly. I got to get this one sound. The question of the evening is up or down, up or down, up or down, up or down, ladies, up or down. Are your chances for relationships going up or down? Is your sexual marketplace value going up or down?
The Social Security Trust Fund.
Is your relationship market value, is your sexual marketplace value going up or down? Up or down? And that is one of the big issues today. So many women seem to believe one thing, but the reality seems to be pointing in the opposite direction. Many women think that they're just doing just fine. It's like, we're good. And at any given time, I'll just decide to jump off the PhD carousel, and I'll just decide to get a husband and move on into the suburbs, a nice picket fence. Why is this not playing? It won't play.
Replenish the Social Security Trust Fund.
Okay. Why is that not playing right there? All right. I don't get it, but I want this sound bit, and I'm going to put it there. Why is it blocking it? Oh, woman. So, I'll put it this way. Huh. Well, it's stopping that. Well, I'll play it this way. So, anywho, up or down, ladies? Up or down? What do you guys think? Ladies, up or down? I don't think many women understand today where they are with men, or how bad it off, or how the average guy is thinking about relationships. When I put out an informal poll and said, hey guys, what percentage of men, as a man, how many do you think that there are enough relationship-minded or ready women? 65% of men said no. Guys, we need to get the likes up over 7,000. I know the show was a little slow getting started, but let's get into it. 65% of the men said no. But you turn around and ask the very same questions to women. Are you ready for a relationship, or do you want relationships? And women are like, yeah. So if almost 7 out of 10 men say that there are no women for relationships, but then the very same women say that they are ready for relationships, what is going on here? What's going on? So I'm going to ask you guys a question in the chat room. Okay? I'm going to ask you guys a question in the chat room. And this is specifically for Black people, because this is a Black stat. Of Black people between the age of 18 and 49, men and women, what percentage of Black women between the age of 18 and 49 want a relationship? Put it in the chat room. What percentage of black women between the age of 18 and 49, according to the NPR, I'm not going to give you where I got it from, want a relationship? Put it down there. And conversely, what percentage of Black men between the ages of 18 and 49 want a relationship? Those again, what percentage of women want a relationship between the ages of 18 and 49? And what percentage of men between the ages of 18 and 49 want a relationship? And do me a favor, by your answer, put either an M or a W. Just put the percentage. Just put the percentage. That's all. Just the percentage. I want to see. Oh, it's a protected file. That's why. Oh. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got. Just informal. It's Friday night. You like the crimson tuxedo jacket? Yeah. Shout out to Dot. All right. Let's see. Man, that is flying. I think I'm going to have to slow the chat room down for this one. Let me go ahead and slow the chat room down a little bit. All right. Well, the answer is probably going to shock you all. Shout out to Obsidian because he sent me this from NPR. All right, I'm gonna slow it down to every 30 seconds. You can only send one message every 30 seconds. So Black men between the ages of 18 and 49, when sampled and surveyed, according to NPR, Black men wanted a relationship 43% of the time. 43% of the time. That's just shy of half. 43. Ooh, that stuff smells good. But when it came down to Black women, that number was a whopping 25%. It shocked the pollsters, and it shocked pretty much everyone I've told about this number. And I'll put a link to the information in the video description. You'll be able to look at it and read it yourself. But it kind of lines up with the amount of men who say that they're not women who are ready for relationships. If almost 70% of men believe women today aren't ready for relationships and marriage, that has to be from somewhere, ladies, and that comes from the women they're interacting with. The same women who call onto my show who all say that they want a marriage, they want a relationship, yet through conversation, far too many show that they still have work to do. They need to improve. That 25% number lines up pretty daggone well with the 1 in 4 will marry. And what I've come to realize is that sadly, many of our women don't believe that they are the problem. They don't. For far too long, the trope has been that they're not relationship-minded men. And that's simply not the case. That's simply not the case. The case is more likely that women today are unequipped, ill fit for relationships with suitable men. And by the time they are ready to submit, quit, give up, they've already dropped their SMV too low. Meaning, many women aren't today saying, you know what, I've had my fun, now I want to be in marriage. No, it's like, well, I can't do anything else, so I might as well get married. It's like relationships or marriage is like, I'll do this instead of just having a dog and dying alone. Bull. Men are not your second or third option, ladies. Many women don't believe that they have a problem when it comes to, they think that their relationship chances are going up with their education.
I'm a PhD.
With their income, with their experience, and actually it's going down. Let me give you an example. As women age, they're not anywhere close to being as girly as they were where they would write a boy's name on their notebook, or me and her and so in the kissing in the tree where they would fantasize about this. No, they're getting far more practical. Matter of fact, when was the last time you had a woman write you a love letter? When was the last time you had a woman write you a love note? When was the last time you had a woman say anything sweet or girly to you? I'm going to tell you this. Shout out Dot. Women, you need to understand. Men need to hear you say you matter. My life is better because you're in it. I couldn't get through this. Men need to hear you say the words. It's not enough that you have sex with him or that you do this. No, you need to stop, look him in the eye, and give him emotional content consistently, especially to Black men, because Black men get so little affirmation, validation from the world in general, from our community. It get far more negative message. Many Black men are starving, like plants who need to be watered. They are dying, and these words give life. Feminine, beautiful, inspirational. The way you inspire men, ladies, is through your words and then your actions. It's not enough just to do it. Yes, you must say it. And it's sad that I have to tell this to women today because this is your natural state. But so many of our women have become so hard and so masculine to where they think that even smiling at a man makes them weak. So, ladies, how are your relationship chances going up if your girliness is going down? When asked, ladies, when was the last time you really thought about what to do for a man, how to woo a man, seduce a man, whatever? You thought more about getting your damn degree.
I'm a PhD.
Working this person's job, making this company rich, and having nothing for yourself. And it's time for the wake-up call. I need you to think about relationships this way. Many women truly believe, that they can go out and wait 5, 10 years, 20 years, have their 20s to themselves, and then at 30 decide to make a relationship a priority. Let me tell you how foolish that is. If you've ever exercised or worked out before, if you've ever been in the gym 3, 4, 5 days a week, where you actually had a workout program, you were in good shape. And if you've ever had to take a layoff due to injury, illness, or whatever, and a significant layoff, 30, 60, 90 days or longer, you go back into the gym, you look at the gym, you remember the workouts you used to do. Your mind remembers, you remember the motions, but your stamina, your endurance, and your strength are gone. You're starting all the way, and that usually jacks with people. They're like, damn, I used to max 315. Now I'm struggling to get 185 up. Because your strength base is gone. Ladies, your relationship base is gone. Many women today, if they had to just do a strength test, like in the NFL where they lift 225 as many times as possible, ladies, how many times could you even lift the bar? That's 45 pounds. That's the base strength test. How many times can you do 45 pounds? Well, if the goal is to be able to do it 10 times, can you even do it once? Where are your relationship muscles? Are they going up or going down? And why did I have that photo on? Because many women believe as things go up for them, their opportunities go up. Your education, income, socioeconomic status, all these things are going up. Your relationship chances are going down. The more women have, it is showing the less likely they want to get with a man because hypergamy kicks in. Women tend to want men to have what they have. So what are we getting? We have far too many women who will say with their mouths they want a relationship, but in the real world, we're getting the Bradley effect. What's the Bradley effect? Glad you asked. Back in 1982, shout out to Thomas Bradley. Nope, he passed. Thomas Bradley was the first black mayor of LA. And he was such a good mayor, he was going to run for governor. So like any gubernatorial race that's going to garner national attention, reporters and media went around and asked Californians, hey, who are you going to vote for? The first black mayor of Los Angeles, Thomas Bradley? Now understand that the Olympics will come into LA in 1984 too. It's the West Coast. You're going to vote for Thomas Bradley or you're going to vote for the other guy? Oh, Thomas Bradley all the way, all the way. Thomas Bradley was supposed to, according to the polls, he was supposed to win in a landslide. Matter of fact, they projected Thomas Bradley to win so much that one news station even announced it the night of the elections. But what happened? Californians woke up to realize that they did not put the black man in office. No, Thomas Bradley did not win. He was beaten. And people were shocked. They said, what happened? The polling said this. People said this. We got everybody on record saying they're going to vote for Bradley, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, other. But the truth of, there's something that they call the Bradley effect. And the theory was that people said one thing in public to look socially acceptable, to look conscious, to look woke. But when they went into that private voting booth where nobody was looking, they voted for the non-black guy. They feared that was going to happen with Obama. The Bradley effect is when people say one thing and do another. Think about how many women say they want relationships, marriage, they'll cooperate, submit, all these other things, but then look at what they do. Look at how the average modern woman carries herself. I say you can tell what a woman thinks the men of the world deserve by her attitude and her appearance. Turn off the words and do greater than 25% of modern women appear as though they want a relationship. Just from their appearance. Look at their attitude, the way they behave. Do greater than 25% of women act as if they want relationships? Hey man, we're on my subject right here, man. Don't be bringing other stuff in from other platforms here. I don't do that, man. Let me go ahead and help y'all out. That's not cool, man. Let other folks rock out and do what they do on their channels, but you don't come over here changing the subject in the comment section. That's improper, guys. I got an entire program over here. And I'm talking about what I'm talking about. Respect everybody else doing what they're doing, but don't come in here doing that. It's not cool, man. Not cool. Not cool. And I'm cool with that, brother. Do your thing, young lion. Do your thing. I think he'd understand it too. Don't come in here changing the subject. Because this is important. The Bradley effect is when people say one thing and do another. I need you to understand how many women come in here and say one thing and do another. They say one thing and then do a completely different thing. Ladies, that's cool. But what are you going to do? Because are your chances of being alone and dying alone going up or down? Up or down? What is this one? Oh, I can't play that one. It won't let that one play. So I have to take that away. Darn it. It won't let that one play. Are your chances going up or down? Up or down, down, up or down. And if you really don't want to end up by yourself, die alone, what are you going to do about it? What is this? I'll have to see later. All right, so that's the premise. How many people really now that I framed it that way, ladies, I want to ask you. Now that it's been framed that way. Okay, who came through with the fine? Shout out to Sean. Came through with I came through with the heavy-handed almost got a King Ike up in this mug. Let's have a conversation though. Because I don't really believe many modern women truly want to be by themselves. I was telling a friend of mine this earlier. I think a lot of women truly don't want to be by themselves. They just don't know how to be with somebody. They've seen their mother and their nene and auntie and them talk bad about men for so long, and they've seen so much dysfunction that even if you dropped a suitable fit man in front of them, they know that they're not ready for him. They know they haven't done the work. Like I was talking to a woman yesterday on Instagram, talking about she's in therapy. Turns out that woman ain't been in therapy all year. And is it that women don't want relationships? No, I think a lot of women say they want relationships, but they live their life like single women. A man is an option, not a necessity. So human beings are creatures of habit and lazy by nature. So if a man is not required, he's just an option. Why should a woman have to go through the hard work of making herself physically fit, psychologically fit, emotionally fit for a possible man. No, the average woman was more like this. I'll make myself good for me. And then when I meet him, then once he's here, I'll start doing the hard work. That's bullshit, ladies, because you want the men you want the men prefabricated. You want the men already done. You don't want no build a boot, build a bob. You don't want no struggle of. You don't want anything you got to build. Cool. But you want somebody to accept you as on the job training. That's why so many women say they want relationships, but when they look at how they walk, they talk, they move, they live, they are not. That's the Bradley effect. Damn, I just came up with that. What do you guys think? Say first world problem. Yeah, it's a first world problem because men have civilized the world in general to where women, honestly, really, as long as they remain healthy and pay their bills, they really don't have to have a man around until it's too late. That's true. That is very true. But what's that going to do for the ones? But like I told one woman the other day, what's that going to do for you? If you're not in a relationship, how are you going to pay your bills? How are you going to retire? How are you going to get to the end of life? I want to open it up and I want to talk to the ladies. Ladies, do you really want a relationship? Do you really want a relationship? And if so, why are you so unprepared for one? I said it the other day. Hey, ma'am, go watch. I'll upload it tomorrow for Instagram. She said, I'm giving myself till October to be ready. All right. October's in 3 months. In 4 months. 4 months almost. 4.5 months. No therapy, no gym, no coaching, no nothing. What are you doing to get yourself ready? Watching you. That ain't enough. Ladies, what kind of work are you prepared to do to find? What kind of work are you prepared to do to be found by your potential man? That's one of the biggest disconnects. I think women today want guarantees. It's not as though they don't want to do the work. They just don't want to do the work unless they know they're going to get the outcome they want. And that's not how this works. One of the things I find I listened to a conversation on Black YouTube the other day, and this whole notion of Black media portrayals. I even had it on this show. And I'm a proponent of, we don't have to worry about, before we worry about the media portrayals, we got to work on our portrayals. Well, you got to look at who owns the media stations and the people who greenlight these shows and this and that. And I firmly, and it's a chicken or egg argument, which is more detrimental. The people who greenlight the projects and want to sell those concepts are the people who choose to do the work. And I will always say, the only reason they greenlight those projects is because they're getting a return on their investment. If the people would not do the work or consume the product, they wouldn't make it. Why is that important? Well, ladies, the outcomes you want, you're going to have to do the work first and then bank on the fact that the outcome will find you. Chicken or the egg. If I get fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, am I going to get the man? Well, we know one thing. If you don't, you certainly won't. It's going to be far more difficult to find him. And if you do, you have to lower your standards, all kinds of things. Ladies, what are you willing to do? What are you willing to do? And when are you willing to do it? You don't want no build a boo, build a brat. All right, so a man has to take a shot on you? No, ladies. We got to do this differently. It is time. The cat is out of the bag. We are focusing heavily on where it is right now. Are you ready for a relationship? Are you ready for a relationship? Yes or no? And if not, how long, from today, how long should it be before you should actually turn on your open for business sign? That's what it comes down to. How long should you how long today before you should turn on your open for business sign? Let's do this real quick. Let me pull this up real quick and turn this on.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienen lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios todo lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
PhD.
Se arregla con dinero.
You know what? I am a strong, independent woman.
Money work. De corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz.
Hear my womanly
De
roar.
corazón. De corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
Woman. Idiot woman.
Yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Lunes. Lunático.
PhD, but she can't get no man. This is a serious question. Serious question, serious conversation to the ladies. What is it? Because men, this is something I learned as I started doing more content over here. That men are, in particular, black men in particular, want relationships. Want relationships and or marriage. If the men want relationships, if the women wanted relationships, they would be in them. Because one thing for sure is when a man finds that when there's a relationship, when a man wants a relationship, men try to lock down women quickly. When a man finds a relationship kind of woman, they try to lock those women down quick. Is the link working? If you disagree or you have a question on a topic, there is the link. The Ask Godfather link is the one to be side by side with me. And the other one is, you don't necessarily have to be on camera on the YouTube screen, but you will have to get on camera. That's what has to happen. We're going to need to, all right. Shout out to Sean for the nice contribution, but Sean is not going to carry the show. There are almost 20,000 folks in here. We're going to need to get these Hit that super chat button. Come on, man. Taking too much heat, doing too much work. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. You got a question? Go ahead. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. As a tune starts to bloom with a fat sack. Oh, you got to be over here. When you're over here, when you're on the Zoom, your camera has to be on. If your camera's not on, you won't get on the show. And if I can't see you, I'm just gonna click you off. So that's how that works. If you're not on camera when you pop into my screens, they're gonna just drop you out. Shout out to Wrench Turner. So here's my next question as the ladies are coming in. If only 1 out of 4 black women surveyed in the NPR poll want relationships with black men, does that mean black men should start dating white women? According to the numbers, black women, if only 1 out of 4 women want relationships, in this case, black women, if 43% of men surveyed want relationships and only 25% of women surveyed want relationships, does that mean that black women should start supporting black men dating non-black women? I'm just asking, according to the numbers. Yeah, this person who say your name is T, starts with a T, your screen is dark, so I'm going to go ahead and remove you. And once I remove you, you won't be able to get back in. So, yeah, people come in here trying to troll. They don't realize it's not going to work. Yeah, you're on the Zoom call, so I'm going to go ahead and remove you. So, bye-bye. All right, iPhone. You got to get back on camera. You're not on camera, you won't be on the show. And it won't be, nope, not looking at the ceiling. All right. So the fair question is, what should men do? Is it the men? If you really love men, black men in particular, your brothers, your sons, your cousins, and if only 1 out of 4 black women surveyed between 18 and 49 want a relationship, what are y'all going to do? Are you telling black men that they should just not have relationships? They should just forego trying to build a family and a life and a legacy to hold out for racial solidarity? Are you saying that black men, because so many black women don't want it, are you saying that they should? Lady, you got to stay on there. Jahan, you got to get your face all the way on the camera. Okay, here we go. Let's unmute yourself. I'm good. Could you hold the camera? It's only like your nose above. Okay, so how old are you? Okay, I'm going to need you to sit the camera down so it can be stable. Okay, folks, when you come in, I need you to try to be ready. All right. So up or down? What do you got?
I honestly, first and foremost, I just want to say that I agree with you on most of the things that you say. I come from a traditional household. My mom and dad are married. My grandparents married. Everybody, mostly everybody in my family is married. I honestly think that more Black men want to be in a relationship. And I honestly think it stems from Black women because even growing up, like even in my own family, I noticed like, wow, women can really be so bitter at times. And it really shows. Like, for instance,
So you saying that you think that women don't want to be in relationships?
I don't think women really want relationships. I think they like the idea of being in a relationship, but actually putting in the work and putting in the work for that. I don't think they really.
All right, hold on just a second. I'm gonna bring somebody else in on this one. Go ahead, Danielle. Hello, Danielle. You are on. Okay, she's not paying attention. Danielle, you are on, and you're just sitting there looking on the screen like you're crazy. Hello, lady. All right, we're gonna go ahead and bounce her out because she's not paying attention. Go ahead. So at 19, are you in school?
Yes, I just finished my first year in college.
You got any siblings?
Yes, I have an older brother.
Do you want to be married?
Absolutely. I'm actually working towards that right now.
Elle, you're gonna turn the camera. The lights behind you, Elle. I can't see you.
Okay.
No, you're okay. You're okay. I'm talking to the other woman.
Oh, okay.
It's when people come in and I can't see them. Hello.
Oh, okay.
All right. Hey, Elle, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How old are you?
I'm 27.
What do you got for me today? Yay or nay? Do women want relationships or no?
I think women want relationships. I think some women have trouble going about them. So I've learned a lot from the advice that you've given or the things that you pointed out that might be kind of roadblocks to getting to where we want to go.
Mm-hmm. Well, are you in a relationship?
I am, but it's long distance. So
how long you been in that?
Say that again.
How long have you been in that?
It's been about 8 months since September.
Okay. And as far as long distance, I don't think they're real.
Mm-hmm.
How long are you going to stay in that before you decide to either move or do something different?
Well, because of the pandemic, we haven't been able to meet because he's in Canada. So...
Oh, you're not in a relationship.
No.
You're not in a relationship. You just call this a relationship. This ain't a relationship.
No, I understand that.
So,
but
what state are you in?
I'm in Oregon.
Okay. You can't find a man in Oregon?
No, I grew up here and I haven't had the best of luck finding a guy to date here.
So, but you wasted 8 months doing something in Canada. See, I'm gonna use this as an example. You ladies are far too soft. I don't care how good of luck you had it. You got to keep trying. Full stop. You got to keep trying. Because I can make a case that the 8 months you've called yourself a relationship is 8 months wasted in your prime marrying years. So now you're in the
danger zone.
And if you haven't had any luck up until now, what's going to happen in the next 8 years if you don't really start trying? What's going to change?
Well, it's not really a relationship like you already said, but with this time, with the pandemic and stuff, I wasn't really comfortable going out to like meet people. And I actually was going to ask like what your advice would be on places to go meet people.
Nope. You didn't even answer the question. I asked, what's going to happen this next 27 to 35 if you don't start really focusing and taking this seriously and putting yourself out there and being uncomfortable? What's going to change?
Well, nothing's gonna change.
Thank you. Thank you. So when you tell me about the pandemic and all this other stuff, I'm sorry. People were getting married during the pandemic, getting pregnant during the pandemic. Any excuse will do for a bunch of women who think this should be easy. Did you go to college?
Yes, I did.
All right. Why didn't you just quit in high school? College is hard. You had to spend money. Why'd you do that? Why'd you just quit in high school?
I had to learn how to take care of myself.
No, you can take care of yourself. You can graduate from high school. There are plenty of people who don't go to college. They go to high school and go get a job and work. Why didn't you just do that?
That's not what I want. I mean, I see what you're, I mean, I guess
Answer the question though. Why didn't you do that?
That's not what I wanted to do. It's easy. It was easier because I had more examples of how to go about that. Honestly,
the answer is you wanted a higher standard of living than high school education would afford you.
Right.
Right. So you had to sacrifice and do the work to get a greater reward in the end. You understand that? So it's the same damn thing in personal relationships. Where's the sacrifice? Where's the investment? Where's the cramming and sleepless nights and going into debt and all this other stuff? Where's that for men? You ladies today feel as though men should be free, that you should just sit there and be cute and it should just happen. No, I'm using this example to talk to ladies because you're the ones that if you don't start doing something, time is ticking for you guys. And that's the sense of urgency that you need to have. I mean, why didn't you take 4 years off and then go to college, at 25? Because there's a sense of urgency. If I take 4 or 5 years off, that means I'll be that much further behind. All kind of things will start to happen. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
So so I'm using you as an example to talk to you and the audience. I don't sense any sense of urgency with modern women. It's more like, well, where should I go? Instead of what should I do? What you should do, you should make first off, what do you do for a living?
I'm an ophthalmic technician.
What's that?
I work for pre and post-op care for an eye surgeon.
And can you do that anywhere?
Yeah.
And why are you doing it in Oregon?
This is where I got my education. I'm actually working on moving to Baltimore.
The reason I ask is because Oregon's not a heavily densely populated place.
No, it's not. I actually was going to mention that just from my perspective, it did take me a minute to realize what I could do to be able to put myself in a better position for a relationship that I would want to keep.
What about your college relationship?
That was a very different experience.
Okay.
That didn't really end how I thought it would have. I thought I was going to get married at that time. But I didn't. That was my first experience of not really vetting the person. They were really nice, but they had other issues that I wasn't.
I guess what I'm asking is, I'm always troubled when I talk to Black women about their relationship history. It's either in college when many people are finding their husbands or significant others. Black women can't seem to find the man, vet the right kind of man. So when most people are getting together in their young lives or getting their IKEA marriages, far too many Black women are leaving college unengaged and unmarried. Your chances of finding a man after college fall through the floor because you're not around a bunch of men anymore. You're only in an office building or an apartment or a neighborhood.
Right.
And women are already relationally lazy. So what I'm saying is ultimately living in Oregon, dating in Canada, ma'am, this is a formula for being a spinster. Move to a heavily populated city. Find a matchmaker. Put yourself out there. Join organizations. get out and socialize. Go sit at the bar at the local steakhouse and eat dinner alone. Ladies, you guys have to do something different, because for some reason, many women just think that a man should being found by a quality man should just happen. And it doesn't. It doesn't. But thank you for being honest. But that Canada thing, you might as well just, because unless you're going to become a Canadian citizen, and I mean, I personally, I'm more of a fan of, you're getting emotional needs met from somebody you're talking to, but it's just a placebo. It's not real. It's not real. All right, all the best. Danielle, you gotta get. All right, Danielle, you're back. Hello. She's not saying anything. Jesus H. Christ. Unmute yourself, lady. Unmute yourself, Danielle. Let's do this while she's doing it.
You idiot woman! Idiot woman!
That was wrong button. Come on. Hello. Hi. Hello. Hello. Yes, I can. Unmute yourself, lady. Oh, Jesus. Turn off YouTube in the back. Unmute yourself, Danielle.
Is it off?
It's off now.
Okay, it's off now.
Let's do this. Yeah, I've been doing, yeah. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
Come on. Hello. Hi.
I have it on here too. Hello. Okay, hold on.
Jesus H. Christ.
Woman, get back in here and make me a sandwich. Did I not make myself clear?
Yeah, I'm going to keep clowning because this is crazy. I shouldn't have to do all this. You ready? All right, let's try this again. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
Good. How old are you?
I am 37 years old.
All right. What do you got for me on the topic? Up or down? What is
up or down?
What is all? Are you married? Are you married?
Yes, I am.
All right, because I thought I saw somebody in the background moving around, so I'm hearing all the background noises. What do you got for us?
Up or down? I think mostly women are ready for relationships more than men. Specifically,
the women are ready for relationships more than what?
More than men are.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you on Earth, or what planet are you on? Because this is Earth.
I'm on Earth.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, according to all the facts, data, statistics, it really says quite the opposite. But tell us why women are more ready.
Okay, I give you the point of being an expert with data.
Well, it has nothing to do with being an expert. It's just the facts. You can look at the facts and see the same thing. It has nothing to do with being an expert. You could be a novice. It don't matter. The truth is true.
Maybe your facts and your truths are different from mine because you probably
there's no such thing as your truth or my truth.
You more than likely live in a different reality than I do.
Yes, you do. But the thing is, I'm not concerned about your reality. I'm concerned about reality. See, one of the biggest problems today, especially in the Black community, we feel as though we can dismiss facts that we don't agree with. We got this whole thing called my truth and my reality. That's bullshit, ma'am. Sorry, sir, but I gotta say it. It's bullshit. 2 + 2 is 4. If NPR does a poll and it says 43% of men between 18 and 49 want relationships and 25% of women between 18 and 49 want relationships, of their poll, that has nothing to do with your reality or my reality. That's just reality. If 1 in 4 black women will marry in their lifetime, that has nothing to do with where you live or where I live. That's just reality.
Reality is that we all can come to a different result through different situations and different circumstances. So although 2 + 2 = 4, 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 = 4. So just because your reality is different from our reality does not mean I'm basically saying we can all come to the same result through different realities. So your reality may be different from mine because you come from a different upbringing, a different surrounding, a different environment.
I like to hear a woman make a lot of sound.
You said a whole lot of nothing, man. Your upbringing and your reality doesn't change the fact that you're married. You're not out here. The men are saying, 65% of men are saying that they don't think women are ready for relationships. That's what the men are saying. So when are you going to change your mind to fit the reality that men are saying and that the data is saying, instead of saying, well, you know, that's their reality? When you going to catch up with what's really going on instead of what you want to believe?
I think data can be manipulated.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'm going to manipulate this panel. Get up out of here. I have zero tolerance, zero patience for that line of conversation or question anymore. If you want to live in your own bizarro land where data can be manipulated, facts and figures, don't call here. I am not talking about alternate realities in a fucking multiverse. Do not call here because I will just make fun of you, soundboard, clips, slap. I'm over here trying to get people who want an outcome, not alternate French toast reality. You are not fucking Thanos. And you cannot use the reality stone to just change stuff to make, well, your upbringing and my upbringing and whose upbringing and that upbringing. 2 + 2 is 5 and 1 + 1 is 3 and blah, blah, blah. That is one of the biggest problems of modern women. You've listened to women like her babble for too long. Women are too confused, making this shit too complicated. Fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, no children. Go. Fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, no children. Go. It did not used to be this complicated. But that is one of the big ass reasons so many single women or modern women are single, because they can hide behind all this complexity. It's complicated to find somebody. It's too hard. It's too hard. And you know what's happening? And they finally look up and they've gone smooth out of this. They've gone smooth out of the danger zone into what next thing you get this. This is what life looks like for a lot of women who follow this shit. There's no subjective reality. I mean, think about this. It's always numbers can be confused. So when I even use blackdemographics.com, black statistics by black people for black people, do not listen to people who want to argue how the data was collected. Always want to argue the numbers. What we do know is 80% of our children in this community are born out of wedlock. We do know 1 in 4 black women will marry in their lifetime, and it's only getting worse because those marital numbers still include baby boomers, Generation X, millennials, and zennials, 4 different generations. And baby boomers and Gen X were far more married than millennials and zennials. The average black marriage, anybody want to tell me what percentage of black marriages last more than 5 years? Somebody want to put it in the chat room. Why are you here again, lady? Well, how many black marriages last more than 5 years? Put it in the chat room, folks. Average in the chat room. How many people? How many black marriages last more than 5 years? Anybody? I'm gonna take you old school on my channel. If you've been watching me for any length of time, I used to make my videos start off like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Welcome back to Life and Style by Kevin Samuels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7% of black marriages last more than 5 French toast years. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7%. So you listen to all that alternate reality, hookamajuka, fukum whatever you want to. We are not getting together, and when we get together, we're not staying together. And who's leaving most of the time? Women. Women are leaving relationships 80 to 90% of the time. You're the last to get married, first to leave. And truthfully, it makes sense because only 25% of you want to be there anyway because you got to listen to somebody. Hello. All right. You've been here before. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So what do you? Okay. So I've seen you on. Was it on Instagram? All right. So I have this thing where I don't have people continue to always call back. So you got something on the topic? Go ahead. What you got on the topic?
In my opinion, I don't think the majority of women want traditional relationships. They want modern situationships.
Okay.
Because for one, most of them really don't even know what it takes to withhold a long-term relationship.
How old are you, by the way?
29.
And were you married?
Yes.
I mean, are you married? That's what I'm asking.
Currently, no.
Okay. You were married though.
Yes.
Any children?
Yes.
How many?
2.
By the same guy or different guys?
No, different.
All right. And do you want to be married?
I mean, I would love to be married.
But
I have to see what is looking for me.
Okay.
I feel like I've done a lot of work towards getting ready for marriage.
Okay.
But I'm only one part of the puzzle piece, and I can only try to fit his piece by looking at generalizations.
What does that mean?
Meaning I could try to prepare myself for him in a manner in which I'm preparing myself for kind of like the general male. And then, everybody got their preferences after that, things he likes and stuff like that you cater to. And,
Are you seeing anybody seriously?
No.
Okay. What was your last relationship?
Over a year ago.
Okay.
Probably like a year and a half now.
And why didn't you, were you married to either one of your children's fathers?
No, I was engaged to one of them, the youngest one, but apparently it didn't happen.
So, okay, so you have children, but you weren't engaged to the fathers of the children. And right now you say you're not serious. You're. I'm trying to get.
I don't have any serious prospects because the type of man I go for, like mentality wise, I haven't necessarily been able to get one at my pace.
What do you mean?
Near me. I'm in Kentucky.
What do you mean the type of man you go for mentality wise? It's not
I've
a word.
come across a lot of betas. I haven't really been able to come across a surplus of alphas, actual alphas, meaning responsible dominance, not irresponsible dominance. Because,
man, I started having a problem out here when we talk about alpha, beta. I'm just being honest. Were your children sired by alpha males?
No.
Then why the hell would an alpha male want to raise beta children?
I understand that, but I also believe
So,
that
so, if you've reproduced for betas by your own estimation, why do you all of a sudden get an alpha? Responsible and all these other things once you've had beta kids.
I thought my son's dad was an alpha. You
Okay.
don't recall our conversation, but my first child, I was.
I remember, but what I'm saying is it doesn't matter what you thought. What matters is
What
women
constitutes it now?
No, what the problem is that women seem to think that you can get better than your child's father. You get no, in general, you don't get higher than the man you reproduce with. So when I hear any woman coming in talking about they want a higher level of man as they're older, more use, and someone else's children, that goes completely opposite of market dynamics.
I understand. I also believe I'm not one of those chicks that believe that you can't discipline my kids or anything when it comes to like certain
Ma'am,
things.
it's not a matter of disciplining. You said you can't find men mentality wise for you, as if you are here and they are here, as if you're above them, huh? As if you're higher than them. Okay, as if you're higher than them. That's what that implies. You can't find a man who's on your mental level.
As far as drive.
All right. Drive as far as what?
Like drive to family success.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a homemaker.
Say again?
A homemaker.
You're in construction?
No, I take care of my kids in my home. I'm a stay-at-home mom.
How are you a stay-at-home mom without a husband?
Because I stay at home and do mom.
You idiot woman! Idiot woman!
How are you a stay-at-home mom without a husband? Who's making? Where does the money come from?
Well, my kids are their fathers are financially responsible for them, so that takes.
So in other words, you got beta males children, but they do so well providing that you can stay at home and be a stay-at-home mom off the surplus of these beta males.
No, they are forced to be financially responsible.
I don't care if they're forced or not. What I'm hearing is a woman who stays at home, who has no husband, and I'm asking, how is this possible?
Well, I'm trying to explain it to you in a way that's simple. My lifestyle in total, and I actually calculated all my bills and everything in the yearly total. With both of my kids, I really don't even have to go over $25,000 a year.
Okay, so we're just barely getting by. Both your kids, 25,000.
No, I'm not barely getting by on anything. My kids have a surplus of things, and they're very well taken care
Lord,
of.
that's not the point I was making.
Oh,
that's not the point I was making.
I'm sorry, I missed it.
I'm just trying to understand that how a woman comes in saying, and why we're at cross purposes right now is because when you start coming in talking about the kind of caliber of men around you, then I'm going to start sticking up for men. Because that happens far too often. Women are because I'm going to try to understand the caliber of woman you are, because that's fair. You said there are not a lot of men mentality wise on your level in Kentucky, and I'm trying to understand mentality wise who I'm talking to. And what I'm listening to is a woman who has 2 children by 2 different men who you say are not alphas, so they're by definition betas or less than alpha. But they do well enough, whether they're required to or not, they do well enough to where you can sit on your natural ass at home and not have to work and be a housewife to no husband. And you wonder why you can't find an alpha?
No, there's laws here that will pay their child support.
I don't care about all that. I don't care about those details, man. I don't care about those. The point is, you said you wonder why you can't find any alpha males.
I haven't found a man who has been able to take the husband role to allow me to be the wife.
They don't see you, is why you can't find them.
Yeah, I was in a 3-year relationship. like all my relationships are long. So when I'm out there on the market, I find a dude that has qualities that I like, and I try with that, and I try to make that work.
Did you hear what I said? The kind of men you're talking about, they don't see you. Yeah, you're not on their level. Just like you say, just like you can make a level. Let's say those you can't find men on your level mentality wise. Men can say that you ain't on their level.
Yes, they very well can.
And I'm saying the kind of men you're referring to, you're not on their level.
So are you saying that I shouldn't have a man who wants to provide for his family? Or
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying what.
I mean,
man,
I don't really have high standards.
Hold on. Check it. Check that shit. I'm not saying what you should or should not do. I'm just saying that when you say that you can't find men on your level, fair. But are you on the level to where are you on the level as to where the men you want is the question? And apparently you're not, because you can't seem to find them. Do they exist?
That's what I'm trying to find. I've been
they exist, ma'am, because these kind of men exist everywhere. The thing is, they tend to want something. That's the disconnect. So many women tend to think that they are higher value women than they really are.
So what should I give? Like I look at a lot of your stuff, and to be honest, I agree with like all of your
But where would you rank your? How about this?
About 40-something hours.
What would you rank yourself? What would you rank yourself on the sexual marketplace? Let's do that. What would you rank yourself from the sexual marketplace value? Where would you rank yourself? So how tall are you?
About 5'11", 6 feet.
Dress size?
I would probably have to get it tailored because of my bust.
Dress size?
14.
How much you weighed the last time you weighed yourself?
210 going down. I'm big. I've been losing weight.
Okay.
I was trying to gain weight.
Okay, ma'am. Let me get on to no. I just need to get on to the next things, ma'am. That's fine. You are what you are. Where would you rank your looks? Fresh face, out of the shower, your own natural hair, no makeup. Scale of 0 to 10, or 1 to 10. You cannot use 7.
Somewhere between a 4.5 to an adjustable 6.
That's a big range. You got to give yourself a ranking. I mean, it's not. There are no ranges.
5.
I'm asking you, ma'am. I'm just asking you. You said what?
Well, I'm trying to, like, if I judge myself, or I judge myself from the perception of a male, okay. I think like a male might say that I'm like a 5, but I feel like I'm an adjustable 6.
Okay. And how old are you?
29.
All right. I would give you a 5. You're not an adjustable 6, because that would put you on the same level as Sweetie. You're average looking. You're average looking. That's not bad, but you could obviously, even from a physical standpoint, excuse me?
I could lose some weight, make someone.
No, you can. Yeah, of course. Yes. So in
I'm
what?
on that road.
Hold on. See. So in what world do women who are average from a look standpoint and below average from a physicality standpoint get an above average man?
Well, I understand. I might not be able to. I know sometimes, and I'm not trying to use your words, but I've gathered that guys.
Can you answer my question before you get into? I said, all right. I didn't even put in the children. And what is it the norm that an average looking woman with a below average physique can get an above average man?
No. It's uncommon for the first point.
So what you're listen, because you're not seeming to be able to get what it is you want or see it. And I'm telling you, it's because it's exceedingly uncommon for what you present. And that's not even including the 1-2 children. So what it is you're looking for something that's above your SMV.
I don't have high standards for what I'm looking for as far as like, it's a mentality thing. It's not really
But a
about like,
mentality tends to also come with an execution. You don't tend to find many productive, competitive, successful, alpha-minded males who are unsuccessful. They tend to have a above average level of success.
okay, so calculating.
Is that no? Do you understand that?
Yes.
It's
I
not
do.
like you can say, I didn't say you want a millionaire, but you still want a man who's an above average kind of man. No matter how you slice it, whether it's income, whether it's mindset, he's not average. Would you accept that?
To my experience, yes.
What'd you say?
I said yes to my experience.
To your experience?
Yeah. When I'm dating somebody, I don't mean.
Would you accept that the kind of man you say you want is above
not
average?
Yeah, it's not what I'm used to. Exactly. It's above average.
Not what you're used to. Stop overcomplicating it. Would you accept the kind of... See, when women start doing all this talking and shit, they know they're wrong. They're just trying to create... No. Absolutely no. Nope. See, get onto the mute button. When women start doing this kind of talking, it's a big tell. This is when words are used to express reality. But when women start talking like this, they're trying to use words to create reality. Ma'am, you've by self-described average with 2 children, and you're a stay-at-home mom, whatever that means. Cool. Why would a man who's above average with the kind of mentality you're talking about, who has his shit together, why would you guys be a match?
I couldn't even get on the strike of flame.
You're gonna need what?
I said I couldn't even get on the strike of flame, so it wouldn't even be a chance to be a match. Because, like,
strike a flame. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Like, okay, you don't meet somebody's personality first,
right? But what I'm asking is, why would you two be a match? And are you saying you would be a match or you wouldn't be a match?
I feel like I could match. I've had, I have.
So I need you to understand what's going on here, folks. She's told you what it is, but she can't accept her reality.
No, I can't. But mentality.
You cannot accept her reality. But this is the same. But this is what. But see, women like this have no problem saying that men are down there mentality-wise, and just like a man down there mentality-wise, according to you, ma'am, and you don't want to deal with them, you're down there stat-wise according to them. But it's like, I would rather the above average man accept me at below value because that's better for me. But you're not going to lower your value to what really matches you're not going to really lower your expectation to what your value is. It always has to be in women like this benefit. Go ahead. Go ahead and unmute yourself. I just can't have you just ramble when I was about to make a point. Ma'am, at the end of the day, a deal needs to be fair. Fair exchange is no robbery. And if a man is below average in your opinion, do you think you'd be doing yourself a disservice by getting with a below average man? In other words, it's called settling.
No.
You don't think you'd be doing yourself a disservice by settling?
I mean, if I have
no, do you think you'd be doing yourself a disservice by getting with a below average man? Do not create reality. Answer the question, please.
Yes and no, but
there is no yes and no. See,
so okay, I said no at first. I mean, if I can't get a man that's higher, then I have no choice but to settle if I want.
But you don't. Married. But do you qualify for a man that's higher? Why should a man that's higher want to get a man? But understand something. Listen. Why should a man that's higher want to get a woman that's not on his level? Just like you don't want a man who's to get a lower level man. because he's not on your level. I accept that. You need to get somebody on your level. You want somebody higher than you, and instead of getting somebody on your level. That's the problem with so many modern women. Y'all want what y'all are not. Marriage, dating coaches, female influencers, female matchmakers have said this about you guys. This is not Kevin Samuels. Go on YouTube and you'll see women who match women. Women who date women say, I'll have sex with one, but I'll never date one, because women, your standards are unrealistic. You want a good deal for you, but a bad deal for the above average man. Get a man on your level or continue to do what you're doing. But men are not accepting unfair deals.
Can I ask you?
Go ahead.
How do I level up?
At this point,
job, if you feel
okay, you want to answer the question? I understand what level up means. How old are your children?
3 and 4.
Well, honestly, ma'am, first thing a woman would need is going to be, first thing you have to do is drop a bunch of weight.
Yeah,
you got to get fit.
In the process.
When's the last time you were around 145, 150 pounds?
Cheerleading days.
I don't know what that means.
High school.
Well, that's about when last time you addressed size 4'6"? That's leveling up. You want an above average man? That's the target. And
I
then
don't even know if I can
listen. You asked the question. I don't need you to know. No offense, but you did want to. Did you want to talk? Because we can talk if you want to. But you asked the question. The first thing you have to do is get fit. That's the first requirement. But then you got to get your mentality together. What are you bringing to a man? Because the reality is, ma'am, you got 2 kids by 2 different dudes. And most men, when honest, women will even tell you, most men look at single mothers as sexual access, nothing serious. When you talk about level up, you talking about leveling up to be a potential wife? Yes or no?
Yes.
All right.
So what's the mentality wise I need to level up?
Man, no. Well,
I would love to be somebody's wife.
Well,
I want to make.
Unfortunately, ma'am, I get what you would love to be, but I care more about what the man is getting for a wife. And ma'am, you're looking for not a wife. You're looking for a man to be a stepfather to 2 kids by 2 men that you say are below average. No above average man with any sense will take that. That's just a bad deal. That's just a bad deal. And I'm sorry that that I have to be the one to break it to you, but you said it. Those 2 men are not the below average betas or whatever. Then why would a man who's higher than that accept that if he's got any sense?
The first one wasn't my choice.
I don't give a shit. That doesn't matter. It's your life. The world does not care about those details. This is why, ladies, you need to stop having children outside of marriage, because they matter. And I don't know why so many women can't just accept, ma'am, you're an average woman at best. And you'd be fortunate to get an average man who'd be willing to work with you. But the fact that you're so fixated on leveling up means I can take the gloves off and be direct. You don't qualify for one. You don't fit for one. And he'd be decreasing his standards to accepting it, because you'd be decreasing your standards to get something below you, and you're not willing to do that. So you can't ask him to do it for you.
If I said yes, I would be willing. Like when you talked about me going to a man who's below average, or however you worded it, I said yes, because if I can't if I want to be married and the A+ goal ain't it, and I have to settle for a C, and my goal is to be married, and the C is functioning, working, and healthy to an extent, you know what I'm saying? Then,
but I need you to understand. I need you to understand something. You don't settle for an average man. He's settling for you. You're lucky to get an average man. No, man. But that's the mentality. That's the biggest mentality switch. You aren't settling for an average man. An average man is settling for you, and you'd be lucky to get him. And if you don't understand, excuse me? What'd you say?
I said below average because that's what your question was. If do I feel like I would well, I can't remember the exact words verbatim that you said about me settling for below average. To make your point about
talk when you should
above
listen.
average men settling for
Talk
me.
when you should listen. I said it and I'll say it again. The mentality switch, I don't think you're capable of it. Because an average man would be settling for you. Because according to the way you laid yourself out, you're an average looking woman with below average fitness and 2 children. And then you add 2 children on top of that from 2 men that you say are below average or beta or whatever. That means an average man is higher up on a sexual marketplace value than you. He would be settling for you. And you're talking about if I can't get an A+ man, I'd be all right to settle for a C. No, the C is your A+. And you'd be lucky to get the average because that's your A+.
Yes.
But that's not the way you're talking about it.
So how do I make it work with a C if that's what I'm got to go for? How do I be an A+
Book a
while you're a
session.
C?
I told you. What did I tell you? Didn't I tell you? 'Cause I told you. And when did I tell you? A long time ago. And what did I say will happen when I told you? Exactly what just happened.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
H. Christ. Ladies, understand that's what men have to pick from. A woman who's self-described a 4. She's trying to try to give herself 4.5 to 6.5. 6 on adjustable 6. That's huge range. Stay at home. Mother with no husband. 2 kids by men she claims are not alphas. By definition, betas. Average looking, below average physique. And her thing was, I can't find a man on my level mentality-wise. I'm going to be honest, for the men, that it was an incredibly arrogant thing for a woman in that position to say. See, there used to be a time when single mothers were grateful that a man would even consider dating them. But now we got women like this who think that they're doing something by settling for an average guy. I'm not going to let you come over here and shit on average men just because we talk about high value men. Average men are not some runner-up consolation prize because you couldn't get a high value fool. Y'all are out of y'all's zip damn mind. Out of your zip damn minds. Out of your zip damn minds. Put them in the waiting room and bring them in one at a time. So let's see. Zip damn minds. I don't get it. Gallery view. iPhone. Hello. Unmute yourself.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'd rather not be on YouTube if that's okay.
You've called in before.
Yeah, I'll say I have been here, so I'll make it my last time.
How old are you?
I'm 29. I just
All right.
called in last week.
Okay, Alicia, you're next. Go ahead. What's your question?
If you pretty much already spoke on it, I had a question about, was this topic strictly for women without kids? And
No.
if there was a woman that called in with kids, what would your advice be to them? Or what would
do you have children?
I do. I have a son.
Just ask your question, please.
Okay.
Ask your question. What is it?
Oh, what would your, not advice, but what would you say the percentage would be for women with kids
I don't know. What do you want?
I mean, obviously, I want marriage and a
No.
successful relationship.
Do you want any more children?
Yeah,
How old are you again?
I'm 29.
How many more kids do you want?
I have 3.
So you want a total of 4 kids?
Yeah,
What state do you live in?
Tennessee.
How much would a man need to make? What percentage of bills would you want to pay? What percentage of the family financial load would you want to have to be responsible for a lifetime?
For a lifetime?
Yeah, for a lifetime, your entire life. What percentage of the family financial load
I'll take
would you?
50.
50. So that means you want to. So it means if you miss a lick, that the family's in jeopardy. You're responsible for
Right.
50% of the bills. That means you got to work until 65 or retirement age, and only get a couple of weeks of vacation every year. And you got to do this. I just want to be clear to what 50% means.
Yeah.
All right. How much would you need to administer a family of 6, 4 kids and 2 adults in Tennessee to have a middle class, upper middle class life?
That's a lot.
How much? Ballpark it.
I'd say close about 175 to 200.
In Tennessee? Okay, that's pretty damn low. That's pretty low. But even if I take that number, in Atlanta for 3 kids and 2 adults, you're closer to 350. But I'll take your number. I'll take your number. Are you making $100,000 a year?
No.
Then how are you gonna be responsible for 50%?
I mean, I can always.
No. Right there. How are you gonna be responsible for 50% if you need $200,000 a year?
Then I'll put myself in a position to make more money.
What's your degree in?
I didn't go to college.
Okay, what do you do for a living?
I do medical coding.
Okay. How are you going to put yourself in a position to make $100,000 a year when only 4% of women in this country do that and raise 4 children and administer a husband?
It's possible.
No, it's not.
It's not.
Tell me how.
How is it not possible?
Tell me how it is possible. You ladies always say what's possible, what's probable. You're a high school graduate.
Mm-hmm.
You make how much annually?
I mean, I really don't want to disclose that information.
I can tell you. Do you make more than the average of 36,700?
I make average.
Thank you. You don't have high income skills. Competence gets compensated. And the notion that you actually sit here and tell me with confidence that I'll put myself in a position, what does that mean? What position would you need to be in?
I mean, I go back to school. I'm not saying that I want.
Go back to school at 29. You mean go to school for the? No. Listen. This is reality speaking. You talk going back to school. Did you go to college at any time, or do you have an associate's?
I have a certification.
So you don't even have an associate's.
Correct.
Right. So go back to school and do what? Let's talk about it.
In the medical coding field, it's very broad. So there.
Remember what I said? When women get pressed, the first thing they do is run back to school with no plan. What school? What would the career path that would pay you in excess of 6 figures?
In the one I'm in. I can't hear you.
I'm laughing because you're deluded.
Okay.
And why we got here is because you said you want to carry 50% of the bills, have 4 kids, and you don't make enough money to carry 50% of the bills and 4 kids.
Okay.
You're a high school graduate, ma'am, and the chance of you making 6 figures with your skill set, even if you went back to school, the people who make that kind of money do something. Doctor, lawyer, science, engineering, technology, or math, they do something. They're not just average workaday people with certificates. That if it was that simple, more people in Tennessee would go run and do what you're talking about because they want the money. But if we can't even be honest about that, it's going to be hard to be honest about relationships.
I'm not being honest.
Honest,
I'm not
realistic,
I agree with you.
realistic.
Yeah.
You say disagree?
I said I'm not disagreeing with you.
All right. So the net of it, and the point I was making is most women want more children than they can afford to carry a responsibility for.
Right. I'm not saying I would go out there and have 4 children, especially if I knew I wasn't able to, but I would like 4. But if I'm financially not able to, then no, I
Well,
wouldn't sit and have
okay, and okay, much better answer.
thank
You
you.
want 4 kids, but right now you're a single mother making average living,
Right.
and your father, your child is what is he an average man?
He's above average.
Okay, and why didn't you two marry?
I mean, we weren't good together, I guess. I mean,
You're good enough to make a life.
yeah, things don't always, pan out the way that you think they're going to.
That's why you don't make
And I know
babies.
you commented on the other
That's why.
girls.
That's why. And I'm gonna say that this is why you don't make babies with people you don't marry, because all the choices, because the choices afterwards become bad. Because unfortunately, you can go in the comment section of my videos and look at women who are single mothers who are attractive will tell you that men don't take you seriously as a single mother. Unfortunately, and the chances of getting married, because you've already said to the world, like it or not, in order for me to give a man the highest honor a woman can give a man, my womb, I did not require a man to even give me a wedding ring. So the next man, he'd feel like he's overpaying. That's just the reality, man. So you guys need to understand how men think. If you want to be married to a man who thinks, what are you going to bring to the table to compensate for bringing a child? If you got, yeah, I mean, that's the question for
Okay.
you. Alicia, you're next.
Obviously, I bear some percentage of the financial responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
If he wants to have kids, obviously I would do that.
Okay.
And I mean, I would be a wife that I'm.
Were your mother and father married?
Yes, they're still married.
All right. Were you raised to be a wife?
Yes.
So it begs the question: if you're raised to be a wife,
why am I not?
Yeah, most women who I know are raised to be a wife. The one thing they did more than anything else, they guarded their wombs.
Yeah.
Do you have any sisters?
I do.
Are they single mothers?
No.
Are they married?
Yes. I have a lot, so
ding 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 ding
two of
ding
them aren't.
ding 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 ding. I know people don't like me and like my tone and my delivery, but you cannot dispute the one decided to not get married before you had a baby is the one that's not married. The ones that did not get pregnant are the ones that are married. So why are you the rebel? And that's the question. And I got to get on to the next thing. But man, you got to figure out what you bring to the table to overcome a child. That's what all women are going to have to figure out, because you got to do more than a woman with no children. You got to figure it out, because men aren't going to give you the cheat code. They're going to make you work for it.
Right.
So, all right. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Alicia, you're up next. Hello. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. How old are you?
I'm 28 years old.
What do you got for me? Up or down?
Okay, so I wasn't sure what you meant by up or down.
Are your sexual marketplace or your relationship chances going up or down?
Definitely down.
Why?
Definitely down. And I realized too, after listening to a lot of the things that you're saying, that our value as women go down, and we don't really see that until much later on when we get older and we've sort of attempted to establish ourselves, right? And then it becomes difficult to find somebody to settle down with.
Do you have any children?
I do not.
You want to be married?
I do.
Oh, you're 20 what?
28.
Any siblings?
I do. I have 4 siblings.
How many boys? How many girls?
There are 3 boys and 1 girl.
Okay. Where are you at in the birth order?
I am the middle child.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. So when was your last relationship?
Last relationship was probably like a few weeks ago. He broke up with me because he was moving away. And it lasted for like a few months. But that was somebody that I definitely wanted to settle down with and marry. But since he
Hold on. You wanted to marry him after, and you were seeing him for a couple of months?
Well, not a couple months. I said like a few months.
Few months. How many months is a few? Yeah. 4?
Maybe talking for 2 or 3, and then actually in a committed relationship the last 2.
So I said 2 months. You were together for 2 months.
Okay. Yes. Sorry. Yes.
All right, but you wanted to marry him, but he moved away. Did you guys talk about marriage?
Yes. He's going to move away. He hasn't moved away yet.
He hasn't moved away, but he broke up with you before moving.
Yes.
And the reason I'm asking this, ma'am, is if you want to be married, let's just assume for the sake of argument that you're a wife.
Mm-hmm.
A big mistake women make today is you date men who don't want what you want. Before you went on date number 1 with him, did you ask if he wanted to be married?
Yes.
Did you ask him what kind of time frame?
Yeah, so that's the thing. He doesn't, so he's going to medical school and he doesn't want to be married. Well, he said he will consider marriage after medical school, which is another.
Then you don't go on a date with him.
That's true. That's true.
So you ladies overcomplicate this shit. You guys get one-itis and get fixated on the fact that he's here, and I'll try to make this size 6 fit when I'll try to make this size 6 fit when I really wear a size 7, just because I want to carry my ass to the store to buy a size shoe that really fits me. And you wonder why you waste 1, 2, 3 months talking and 2 months of relationship. Because he didn't want what you wanted. If you'd have just done that and said, oh, you want to be married after medical school? Good. See you later. Bye-bye. Let him go about his damn business.
Yeah. But I think it's difficult. Well, I don't want to say the word difficult because I know that that's maybe not a word that you're too fond of, but I don't find it common to come across men, even average men, which I normally date, and I'm totally happy with average income earners that want to settle down and get married. So that's the issue that I believe I've come across.
You don't come across men who want to get married?
No, it's very rare that they do.
What state do you live in? What state do you live in?
California.
Northern or southern?
No, northern.
Well, where you look? Well, let's just take it. Let's just say you're right. Matchmaker.
Okay.
I'm just taking your example. They're not, because what you're doing is not. Women you go to the scarcity argument. There are not a lot of men out here that want to get married. Well, men are saying they want relationships. But would you also admit that you spent 5 months of your time dealing with somebody who didn't want what you want?
Yes.
That's 5 months that you could have been focusing somewhere else. Your sign said no vacancy. Ladies, know what you want and stop dealing with men who don't want what you want, because when you don't get what it is you want, you can't blame the fact on the men. You went into a relationship with somebody who told you they didn't want what you wanted. To the point where you said you wanted to marry him. And I'm like, that's on you. You let your feelings get involved with somebody who told you they didn't want to get married till after medical school, that's 100% on you.
I also think too that since the issue that I'm coming across is a lack of desire on their part with wanting to get married or just wanting.
Ma'am, again, you're speaking for all the men based upon who?
Based on my experiences.
The handful of men you've allowed yourself to speak to.
Okay.
When's the last time you went out and sat at a bar and had dinner by yourself in a place where single professional men frequent?
I never do that.
Well, goddamn, what do you expect they're going to come do? Knock on your door and say, husband? See what I mean? You want to tell me about the scarcity of men, and you're not even going where single professional men or the kind of men that possibly want what you want go. Lazy. And this is another thing that
I go out with
happens.
my friends. I just don't go out by myself.
I didn't say. I said single for a reason. Yeah, you go out with your friends, and that's why you end up going back. That's why you guys end up being platonic friends and married, because you go out with your girlfriends. Single women keep women single. Your godfather's right yet again. You can't do it this way. It's lazy. Ladies, I got to move on to the next book. I'm gonna tell you book a session. I've given you a lot of things already. Look, it's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be complicated. You're talking about finding somebody to be with for the rest of your life. It's not supposed to be easy. You're supposed to take work. You're supposed to have to get out and sweat at it. You're supposed to have to put some gosh damn work into it. And this is another thing that tends to happen to above average attractive women. Pretty privilege. You're used to getting shit so easy in your life, you expect a quality man to be easy too. Doesn't work that way. You're going to have to compete for him. You're going to, well, no. So get off your pretty ass and go do something.
I do. I work hard.
No, you don't go out, but you don't do the thing I said do. Go out by your sit your pretty ass at the bar by yourself and look single. How about that? Okay. No, you don't do that. Then until you come back and do that, I don't want to hear about your problems. There we go. Bye-bye. Hot dog, buy a dog, die. Or you could always buy a dog, die alone. You don't want that though. Seriously, go on out by yourself. I think that's a reasonable thing to do. Steakhouses are good places to go. Try it, ladies. Steakhouses, sit at the bar. Find a nice restaurants on your side of town. These things work. I try to keep it a little like, yeah, ma'am, try that and get back and let me know how successful it's been. Don't take your phone. Take a book. Sit at a bar, order a salad, a glass of wine, and don't be turned this way. Turn kind of side 45-degree angle. Make yourself available. Make sure there's nobody sitting here or nobody sitting there. Wear some pearls and perfume, some heels. Make sure your lip gloss is popping. And see what ends up happening. Lord have mercy, Jesus. There are too many that came all in at one time. Put them all in the same thing. Put them all back in the green room. We got too many people coming in. Cynthia, remove that. Look, I'm also going to say this. If you guys have been on the show before, we try to get to one person. Marlena, first our friends, Cheska, you're up, and then Melania, you're up next. Go ahead. Hello, unmute yourself.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
How old are you?
How are you? I'm 32.
32. What do you got for me? Up or down?
Right now in my age and my career right now, going down.
All right. What do you want?
I want marriage.
You have any children?
No.
When's the last time you were in a relationship?
I'm in a relationship right now.
Uh-oh, how long you been in it?
We've been together so this June we've been together for 11 years already.
Oh, why are y'all not married?
I just got engaged. He finally proposed last February.
Then why are you here? Wait a minute. Are you talking about other women or are you talking about you?
No, I'm talking about other women.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Well, in general, yeah. Because I was gonna say that makes no sense. So did you have a question, or you just coming in to tell everybody you got engaged?
I'm sorry.
Did you have anything else you wanted to put in, or just wanted to say what you had to say, and everybody go ahead.
The thing was, I work in a professional environment. I'm a doctor, and I grew up in a family of doctors, and before, when I was younger, I found it confusing that in my line of work there are so many women, single women, who are attractive, and
What is your
they
line of
make
work?
yeah, they make a lot of money.
What
And I
are you?
was
Are you a medical doctor?
Yes, I am.
Well, that's
And I found it confusing that they have a hard time
because they
finding a
didn't
man.
find it.
And
I'll tell you why. Hold on, I'll tell you why. Because
okay,
one, most women want a man on their level or higher. It's called hypergamy. So
that's
listen, listen. Because I've talked about the kind of men who make the kind of money that can be on a similar level tend to not want to date women who are physicians, attorneys, uh, psychiatrists, massage therapists, actors, actresses, creatives, and nurses. They wait too long. If I was gonna advise women who want to go to medical school, you need to find your man before you get out of undergrad, because the long hours you put in, the study, the work, most men don't want to deal with that stuff. It's just unfortunate. But that's another broadcast. But I've answered that. I've talked about that before. Congratulations on your engagement after 11 years. God damn.
thank you. That's
Start making some
actually
babies.
very.
Hold on. Start making some babies. Let me go get to the next person. Go ahead, Melania. 11 years. She's like, God, I hope he got you a Karen. Hello?
Yes, hello.
Hi, how old are you?
22.
22. Up or down?
I feel like down.
Okay. What do you want out of life, though?
Well, I definitely want to be married. Um,
Okay.
I've been watching your stuff for a while, and I don't want to like get caught up in a lot of situations and then be looking at around 30, and stuff like that.
Are you dating anyone right now?
Yes.
How long have you guys been seeing one another?
We've been in a relationship since October of 2019.
All right.
So
And how old is he?
he's 29.
All right. So why are you guys are y'all getting married?
So
Uh-oh.
we have talked about marriage. He has talked about it too, and then I've talked about it with him, but I have like a huge dilemma on my end.
You have a huge what?
I have a huge dilemma on my end. Like, I'm a hairstylist,
Uh-oh.
and also I take care of a loved one. So,
What do you mean a loved one?
like, like my parent, one of my parents.
You have any siblings?
Yes, but they're not in the picture. So,
What? You're a hairstylist. What does it have to do with marriage?
well, the loved one situation has a lot to do with the marriage thing. So,
First off, you got a boyfriend?
yes.
And you got that smoke detector going off? He ain't much of a boyfriend.
Well, I live with my mom.
I don't care. Does he come to that house?
Not often, no.
All right. Well, if he ever hears it in the background, all joking aside, man, this is going to sound really harsh, and I'm sorry for saying it, but your life is your own. See, that shit should not be going on. If I can hear it, he can hear it, and I would not be able to talk to my woman with that shit beeping in the background. That's a single woman tell. But if your dilemma is your mother, what are you going to choose to do? Just be a spinster and take care of your mother?
Well,
because it's too much to ask. It's too much. I mean, it may sound cruel, but it's too much to ask a man to marry you and automatically take your mother in when you have a sibling who's not doing anything. That's not what I'm supposed to say, but that's the truth. Relationships are hard enough than to have to take care of a dependent parent. That sucks, but it's a reality for a lot of people. So y'all are gonna have to talk about it. I mean, talking about marriage is fine and good, but if ultimately you're saying, "Hey, my husband is going to have to help me take care of my mother because I'm
Well,
going to,"
not there. He wouldn't necessarily have to take care of her. There's like a dilemma with like the time of when everything will be finalized.
what does that
With,
mean?
I'm
Man,
sorry.
what is the dilemma? Okay, you're confusing me, and I don't speak vague. You're a caretaker to your mother, yes or no?
Yes.
Is it terminal?
Um, I don't. Can you be a little more specific?
Terminal mean does death is going to be with terminal
No.
mean okay. Well, then that means it's ongoing. So if you're the caretaker of your mother, anybody that you would be involved with is going to have to assume that responsibility because you have it. True or false?
True.
Then they need to know up front that if this is your life, you are a package deal. And if they don't want to deal with that, then they need to go up front instead of wasting years. You guys got a conversation you got to have. Because if you're saying that I'm going to be taking care of my mother, which is up to you, you may end up turning men off. That's your choice. An uncomfortable choice. It sucks, but you can't act as though it's not there. And if you know that's the case, deal with it head up. Because the only thing that'll happen is you end up wasting time and years as a young lady, and you don't have that. I wish you all the best, and I wish you had a sibling that could at least help you split this because it's unfortunate that young people have to spend their lives taking care of their parents. You're supposed to be able to take care of your life. This is why if your mother wasn't married.
No, she was with my father for like most of our youth.
And did he die? Did he die?
No.
Okay, so that's the listen. This is the one. This is too much responsibility for a 22-year-old. Your mother and father. This is why being by yourself is such a problem, ladies, because if something happens, you fall onto your children. It's unfair. I wish you the best, though. This is why I say this whole die alone thing, where people are not supposed to live life single. The majority of us are supposed to be coupled up because life happens. And if you want to live life in a way to where you have your own independence, you need to make enough money to where you can afford to take care of yourself so you don't become a burden to your young children. So I'm gonna say this again that this show is a show watched by a lot of people. If you've been on 2 times, I used to have a maximum of 3 times, but I don't want to have the consistent people over. I want to get new people into the conversation. I got a lot of people who are friends, a lot of people I know, but it's not going to just be, hey, I know you. Don't write in the comment section, but I'm trying to run a show. All right, we're going to bounce that out. So, what was I saying? Yeah, pretty good show. Pretty good. And what it comes right down to is, unfortunately, like I was telling, Miss Pretty Girl Privilege, y'all gonna have to get up and do something, man. Y'all are not the first group of pretty women or attractive women. I did a video called Pretty Privilege and Pretty Rich. I'm sorry. Pretty women in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, they went out and hustled. They made themselves available. And I was listening to somebody today talk about that many women in the West think that being married is sitting in a bubble bath, drinking a glass of wine with servants. Y'all lazy asses better get up and realize y'all got work to do. Your pretty ass got work to do as well. Get away from your single friends. Throw yourself into a male attention deficit. Put yourself out there and make yourself become available. Get off the dating apps because that's more hookup central. Go to church, join organizations. You need to be out amongst the single men and where they go. And if you're smart, work with a matchmaker. Or else what? You think it's just going to be easy? Not going to happen. Ladies, the older you get, the older you get, the more your marital choices start to decrease. The more your sexual marketplace decreases and your marital choices decrease. I didn't make that. I didn't make it. I didn't make human beings. That's just the way it is. And whatever you want out of life, ladies, if you would, I think it's funny. So many of you ladies go to college and are so proud of your degrees and your masters and your PhDs and everything else. But you put little to no effort into learning men, understanding men, or acquiring a man. Really, the average woman thinks a man should be free. Actually, the average woman believes she's the prize and that a man should come do like Rapunzel or like, rescue her like a maiden. I was talking about this earlier today. So a lot of women today are just inactive. You're just sitting here like, and then you wonder why average looking women with above average femininity get the very men that you want. You're like, I look better and such and so forth. Yeah, but she was out there. Do you even know how to talk to a man? What did I say at the beginning? The kind of man you want, can you speak life into him? Can you truly inspire him? Or are you too pretty and too attractive to even feel like you need to bring yourself down to a man's level where you need to build up his ego? Men are egotistical creatures. Do you know how to feel the man's ego? Do you even know what your man's ego eats? I don't know shit about men today and got the nerve to say you want him. You want a man because of what his lifestyle can do for you. And men are starting to wake up and say, no, ma'am, no bad deals. If at best I'm going to get you and I got to spend my time building you up, queen, diva, whatever, I'd rather just be single. Like it or not, ladies, I heard this question. What's that channel's name? I think I shot. If a man could hire, if prostitution were legal, and a man could hire a chef and a housekeeper, why would he need a relationship with a woman? See, many women get upset with that, and the answer is simple. If a man could get sex, safe sex on demand, legal through prostitution. If he could have a maid or a nanny, that means his house stuff be taken care of. Why would he need a man? Why would he need pause, no homo. Why would he need a woman? Why? Because women are supposed to provide the GFE, the girlfriend experience, and the wife experience is supposed to be up here. A girlfriend is supposed to learn her man so well to where no other woman can come offering the basic things a woman offers. She offers intangible things to that man. She anticipates his needs, his wants, and his desires and fills them and acts upon them without him having to tell her. That's what a man wants in a girlfriend. That's what a man's looking for in a wife. A woman that's proactive, a woman that studies her man and says, you know what? He normally gets his coffee at 3 creams, 2 sugars, such and so forth. So guess what? I'll make sure I make his coffee the way he likes it and have it waiting on him as he goes out the door. He ain't going to have to ask me. His coffee's going to be ready. That means shit to men. That he don't have to ask you for everything. Ask you for it all. Ask. We get tired of having to ask y'all for shit. A man wants to know that you care enough to figure it out. You ladies going to have to get to understand that you may be the prize, but he's the catch. Your ass needs to get out here and do some work. Compete for the kind and caliber man you want. And lastly, y'all got a lot of nerve talking about settling for average men when you're a bunch of average women. 20% or better of women are 8s, 9s, and 10s. The bulk of women are 4s, 5s, and 6s. That makes you hella average. Basic Betties. And you got a lot of nerve talking about settling for somebody that is what you are. Y'all need to remove that shit from your vocabulary. Ain't nobody settling. You ain't settling for an average man. He's settling for you because his value will increase with time. Your sexual marketplace value will decrease. So you may be 20 something right now, late 20s, 30s, and average, guess what? 40, you'll be below average. 40, even if he's an average man, he'll still be above because he's 40. Lastly, far too many women talk about men or speak to men as you're above men, that you're better than men, that men are an option. That's what womanist, feminist, proper media has told you guys. That ain't how it works. I don't need a man. I don't need this. Okay, fine. Right.
You know what? I am a strong, independent woman.
Yeah, that's right. And then you wonder why you end up with the outcomes you end up with because you've devalued men so much to where if a man can't pay all your bills or blow your back out, he ain't worth nothing. Got news for you, ladies. Men bring a lot more to this world than a dick and a wallet. And just because your simple ass has minimized them to that says a lot about you and the people who raised you, not about the kind, quality, and caliber of men that are out here. Stamp it. I said it. It says a lot more about you and the people that raised you, not about the men. If that's all you understand men to be, that's your mammy fault. Can't keep reducing men to what you did not learn they're about. So yeah, I talk about high value men, productive, competitive, successful men, but you never hear me take a shit on average men. I always say my hat's off to my blue collar brothers, the police officers, firefighters, military men. I know where our bread is buttered. Men respect the men who do the jobs that we don't do. Y'all better start walking around here and start respecting the men who make the world comfortable for y'all's ass. You don't need a man, right? Soon as something happens, you pick up 911. You ain't expecting Becky to show up. You expecting Butch to show up. You expecting Bob or Bill or pick a B name. When you need something done, you expecting a man to show up. And you better start respecting the very men who built this country, keep your ass safe, and act like because they don't go to work in a suit and walk around driving a BMW or Rolex and can't go to places that you think are so important because they're not trying to live life and impress nobody like y'all are living. How many of y'all are going to go out tomorrow night with your girlfriends to places that your ass know you can't afford to try to impress a bunch of women you don't even care about your ass? I don't go on a rant. Stop it. Get your priorities together, ladies. The problem ain't the men. The problem is not the men. The problem, men want you. And according to the stats, according to NPR, according to men want women more than women want men. Well, if that's the case, then what do you expect the men to do? Black women, if 43% of black men between the ages of 18 and 49 say they want a woman, and only 25% of women between 18 and 49 want a man, what do you expect those black men to do? What do you expect them to do? Die alone? Be single? Or are you going to celebrate it when you see him with Becky? Or Mei Ling, Marisol? Or throw in a Middle Eastern name. It's time to apply the pressure for what it is you ladies say you want. Let's see it. Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it because the Bradley effect is real. Don't talk about it. Be about it. Show the men. Tomorrow, skirt Saturday. Put on the skirt. Put on your pearls and put on your heels. Get out there and be a feminine woman. Be a single woman. Go out by yourself. Don't go out with your girlfriends and have brunch. Don't go out with your girlfriends and have lunch. Go out by yourself. Go to the same place you would go, but go by yourself. Put yourself in proximity of the very men you say you want and let life take its course. And here's a notion. How about you do this? How about you smile? How about you be friendly? How about you be open? How about you bring something to him that he says, you know what? Oh, that was different. Man, I feel better than I met her. A truly feminine, beautiful, inspirational woman has an invigorating and refreshing effect upon a man. A lot of you masculine, overbearing alpha females, you drain a dude. Do men, when you leave the room, do you leave the room dimmer, or do people say, God, I'm glad she's gone? Either way, ladies, it's on you. It's on you. It's on you. It's on you. And like I said, you get to have the kind of outcomes you want. You get to choose. You get to pick. Until the next time, though, you know how we do this. Peace. We're gone. It's time to do it. Oh baby, yo baby.